G'day everybody, my name is Lowell and welcome to the 50-yard line where we wrap up the week that was in college football. I do have my roving reporter, Chris. Thank you very much. I think we're going to call this week Houdini Week. Everybody's trying to get away some very, very close escapes this week. Not very many upsets, but dang, it could have been. It could have been for sure. So, Chris, welcome to you. Welcome to the program.
Well, good evening from a rainy Bald Knob, Arkansas.
Okay.
This weather, it's a little town in northeast Arkansas.
Okay.
The weather here right now in the U.S., it's in flux. It's fall. You know, we've just really gotten into fall.
Yep.
I've just spent a couple of days down south, down in Texas.
Yep.
Yesterday, I was down on the border. It was like 85 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh.
Right now it's in the mid 50s Fahrenheit. I got up this morning, I put shorts on because I was still in Texas and it was warm.
Yep.
Now when I get out of the truck here after the show to go inside to the truck stop, get some dinner, I'm going to throw sweats on in my jacket. I hate this weather.
That's
anyway.
That's like us. We were 40 degrees, not yesterday, the day before. 40 degrees Celsius, which is what, 110 or whatever it is?
104 Fahrenheit.
104 Fahrenheit, yes.
For those of us who use real degrees.
Yes. And then the next day, we were 17 degrees Celsius. It's just like, what the heck is going on? It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. But,
wow.
I know it was very interesting week this has been already. So, and today it's kind of settled back down into about 23, 24 today. So it's ridiculous.
Oh, reasonable.
Yes. So let's get into some college football news here. Just looking over my list, let's talk about some escapes that happened on the weekend. As we're saying, not really many upsets, but man, some teams could have walked away with an L. That is for sure. So
the chaos potential was there. It just really didn't materialize for the most part.
Yeah.
In terms of actual upsets.
Yes.
Not for a lack of trying, but I got to tell you that some of these games here in week 9.
Yep.
We should have had upsets.
Yes. Let's start with
Carolina unranked.
Let's start with Alabama. Alabama and
South Carolina.
South Carolina. That's right.
That is going to be a game where South Carolina will be kicking themselves.
Yes.
For letting that one get away.
Yep.
Because they led this game from. Whoops, hang on.
Because we were kind of dipping in and out. We were watching another game at the time, but every time we checked, it was South Carolina in the lead. South Carolina doing this, and it's like, okay, South Carolina actually might win this one at home, but Alabama being what they are, they never give up. But man, they just won in the end. I think they came out there with that was lucky feeling. I think.
Yeah, South Carolina, their fourth quarter. It started out fantastic. Pulling up the plays right here and all the drives here. I want to go through this, okay? South Carolina, they wind up taking the lead. They wind up taking the lead late in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Kicking a field goal. They're up 15-14. They get a touchdown with right at 10 minutes to go on a 10-yard touchdown run by Lenora Sellers.
Yeah.
And, Josh is keeping us updated on this one because we're watching another game. We're watching Missouri and Vanderbilt at the same time.
That's exactly right.
But Josh is keeping us updated, and he's getting excited because, of course, Josh hates Alabama with the white hot passion of a million burning suns.
That's right.
And, South Carolina's up 22-14. And then Alabama, their next drive, they go on a march.
Yeah.
All right. With 10 minutes to go, you're down 8. Okay. Kind of a tough decision to make in terms of your game plan.
Yeah.
Do you start going for some chunk plays, or do you just, as the late Hank Stram said, matriculate the ball down the field?
Yes.
They chose the latter, 14 plays, 79 yards, and they burned off 7 minutes and 44 seconds of the clock. All right. They get the touchdown. They get the 2-point conversion. We're tied at 22. All right. Now South Carolina gets the ball back. They got 2 minutes and 16 seconds. They've got plenty of time. They've got the 2-minute timeout. I think they had some timeouts left as well to make their own drive, get it into field goal range, kick the field goal, start a field storm.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. You gotta hang on to the football, son.
Yep.
Sellers gets hit. He fumbles. Alabama recovers it with 1:39 left, and the Tide are in business, and they take 5 plays.
Yeah.
Touchdown, 34 seconds left, and Alabama in the final 3 minutes gets 2 touchdowns and runs out of Columbia, South Carolina like they stole something.
Yeah.
Because honestly, they did.
That
29-22.
So too.
But
Yep.
yeah, I mean, those are the errors, and
yeah.
The turnover battle, it was even, but it's just not every turnover is created equal.
No.
A first quarter interception is not nearly as important as a late fourth quarter fumble in a tie game.
Yes. That's much worse. Much worse.
Yep. So
Just
yet another game where South Carolina is going to be kicking themselves for what might have been.
Yeah. Just looking at some of the stats here, Ty Simpson, I don't think I've ever seen him throw not quite as 24 out of 43, 50% completion rate. I think that's the worst I've ever seen him do. I guess that sums up their day. But even though, looking at the stats, it kind of favors South Carolina, but they still walked away with the win, Alabama. So somehow they just have a knack of scoring when it needs to be done, and they're probably very lucky to get away with a win, I think, from that game.
And I'm looking at it, and you want to talk about having a moment, okay? That 14 play drive. Yeah. Most of it was Simpson. All right.
Yes.
They had a 3rd and 7 early in the drive. He completes a 13-yard pass, first down.
Yeah.
Then a 3rd and 4. They gain 5 on a pass from Simpson to Cuevas for another first down.
Yeah.
And I'm looking later in the drive. As we get later in the drive, the defense, the South Carolina defense, just looking at this, they look like they were getting knackered there at the end. They're late in that drive because it was just chunk play. 10-yard pass, a 7-yard run.
Yeah.
An 11-yard pass, an 11-yard run. Just chunks of yardage being chewed up by Alabama in quick succession. Yeah. And they're just marching it on that game tying drive. And wind up punching it in. But man, when you're down, to not panic. This is the other thing. Alabama last year, the way Alabama was last year, there were times you would see them panicking, which is a rare thing to watch with the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Yeah.
Because under Nick Saban, you never saw that team sweat. They could be down in the last 2 minutes. There is no panic.
Yeah.
It is businesslike.
Yeah.
For Alabama. Last year, you started seeing the nervousness and the panic at times. When they started losing, the Vanderbilt game shook them, I think, last year. And because remember, that was the game that turned Alabama's season down.
Yeah, that's right. That's
okay.
Right.
And the rest of that season, when they would get down, you would start seeing the nervousness, the tightness, the pucker factor was going way up for Alabama.
Yeah.
This year's Alabama, it looked like peak Saban Alabama. Business-like. Just handle it. You're down. We're good enough to beat this team, no matter how far we're down, what time of game.
Yeah.
We're down 8. We have the ball. Handle our business. Put the damn thing in the end zone, and that's exactly what they did.
I think that quote from DeBoer when he's saying, "Look, we're just getting back to basics. That's all we're doing, getting back to basics." And I think that's probably a perfect example of that. You know, just driving the ball down, pass, run, pass, run, pass, run. As you said, chewing up those yards, chewing up the time, and then coming away with the 7 points. So I think that's a perfect example of them getting back to basics, getting back to what they know, and putting it into play as well too. So I tell you, they're going to be hard to beat later in the season. They're going to be bloody hard.
Yeah, that's why Alabama is a very scary team
when they're on.
Because
that's right.
When Alabama's got as much talent as any team in the country, and when they are rolling like they have been, I had a feeling that there was a massive potential upset going into that South Carolina game because the run they've been on 4 straight ranked wins in 4 weeks.
That's right. That's right.
You've gotta think there's gonna be some sort of letdown, and the perfect place to have that letdown happen would be at Williams-Brice Stadium in Columbia, South Carolina, because we've seen it before. A South Carolina team that nobody's expected anything out of.
Yeah, that season's pretty much done. So,
take it on a riding high Alabama team, and we've seen those South Carolina teams in the past pull off that upset in Columbia. So I totally could have seen this ending with a South Carolina victory, and we wound up being about 2 minutes and 20 seconds away from actually getting to see it. But again, Bama handled their business.
They did. I think that that definitely makes them different from last year. And I think they've learnt, and they've, as I said, gone back to basics. They're not going to fall for that trap games anymore. So, as I said, they'll be one to watch at the end of the year. I tell you, they're definitely going to be there in the mix somewhere for this year. So they're lucky to get away with the win. So, what about Ole Miss? Ole Miss down there playing against Oklahoma.
Yeah, I want to know where this Ole Miss team was the week before against Georgia.
Who knows?
That's what I seriously want to know that, because this Ole Miss team against Oklahoma looked totally different. Yes. Ole Miss had that lead in the 4th quarter at Georgia and couldn't close the deal.
Yeah.
They came into the 4th quarter Saturday in Norman, and they were trailing after 3 quarters.
Yeah, that's right.
They were down a point, and Oklahoma had scored 2 straight touchdowns to take a 1-point lead. And they were trying to follow the script from the week before against Georgia. You got the lead, you got a 2-score lead again, and you let it get away.
Yep.
And the way Ole Miss normally is, sorry to say that, but it's true. They usually, fold their tent at that point.
Yeah.
This time they didn't, and hats off to them in that 4th quarter. Going out, getting a touchdown, kicking a field goal. Scored 9 points in the 4th quarter to wind up winning by 8. And once they got that 8-point lead, once they got the lead back, they shut the door on Oklahoma. Did not give them an opportunity to wind up getting the game winning, the game winning points. They pulling this up here. The Oklahoma's 4th quarter, their drive chart. After the touchdown that gave Ole Miss the lead, they punted. Okay, Ole Miss punted it back, I believe there was a muff punt in there, wasn't there? Yeah, it was a, or no, it was a fumble on the punt return by Oklahoma. So Ole Miss winds up stealing possession, cash that in for the field goal to take them up 8, and then their defense gets the job done. Fourth down, turnover on downs. And then, the Oklahoma wound up with one more drive in the with a minute to go, and couldn't do anything with it.
No,
their
couldn't
final
find the
play
end zone.
Ball's incomplete and game over. But Ole Miss, their defense stood up when they needed to in crunch time, with the lead, unlike what they did against Georgia the week before.
Yeah. So good on Ole Miss to hang on there. As you were saying before, last week, you never know what Oklahoma team's going to turn up. Are they going to be the ones that are going to lie down? I don't think they did that. I think the game was probably closer than the scoreline would leave you to believe. Because I watched the highlights of that, and very easily Oklahoma could have taken that game. But as you said, Ole Miss just held on and finally came away with the win there. So, and they go up one spot in the rankings this week as well, up to number 7 on the AP rankings. So, good on them.
And Oklahoma's been kind of a weird mix this year. Okay, they've got 2 wins against ranked teams. Their early season win against Michigan, that was a really good win.
Yeah.
That was a really good early season win. They also beat Auburn when Auburn was ranked, when we thought Auburn might be decent this year.
Yeah.
But then, a couple weeks or 3 weeks later, they go to Dallas and absolutely lay an egg against Texas.
Yep.
Just absolutely did not show up for Red River. And, that was a concern. They bounced back, beat South Carolina on the road the following week, so it was a nice bounce back. And then, it was a good fight, but just came up short against another ranked team. So now Oklahoma's sitting with 2 losses, and their playoff hopes are basically on life support right now because
they've got Tennessee coming up next, which is not going to be easy for them at all.
They have got a monster next 3.
Yes. Tennessee, Alabama, Missouri, and LSU as well. They can definitely still upset the apple cart. So
let's save our discussion of LSU for a little bit later. That's why I said they've got a very difficult next 3 games. I did see LSU. I did see LSU at the end of the list, but I did not include them. But a trip to Knoxville, a trip to Tuscaloosa, and then their old friends from the Big 12 come calling to Norman in the Missouri Tigers.
Yeah.
And we've got plenty of history going down to Norman, Oklahoma. A lot of it's bad. I'll be honest with you. A lot of it is very, very, very bad.
I know Mater is also playing hurt as well too. I wonder how much of an influence that his hurt hand is having on his throwing. So, but I mean, the team is more than just one person. But I don't know how much that's impacted on their performance. So in the last couple of weeks.
Listen, starting quarterback of a football team is the most important position in sport.
Yeah,
in any sport in all the world. Because losing your starting quarterback has more of an impact than any other player being injured in a sport.
Yeah.
Okay, that it's just the way football is. That's the importance that the quarterback position has.
Yeah.
And when you've got to go to your backup, there's a reason that guy is the backup quarterback. It's because somebody is better.
Yeah.
In your eyes. And it's pretty rare that you go to the backup quarterback and you get an upgrade.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Well, excuse me, going to the backup quarterback because of an injury to the starter.
Yeah. And
you wind up getting an upgrade at that position. It's not it's just not supposed to work that way.
No.
So
No.
I do think there's still a little bit of I think they definitely rushed him back for the Texas game, and that was
I
probably,
think so.
in hindsight, a big mistake.
Yeah.
Because from surgery on a hand to throwing with that hand 17 days later in your biggest rivalry game, that is difficult.
Yeah.
I don't care how quote unquote minor the surgery is. I don't think you can be 100% healed in 17 days.
I
to
don't
the point
think so.
where you are 100%
No.
ready to play a football game.
Yeah.
I just cannot see it.
It doesn't even come down to
I
just throwing as well, but you've got to be able to take those hits, landing on the ground, putting your hand out and everything else. It's all going to take a wear and tear on that surgery. So who knows
just catching
how he's handling it.
Just catching the ball on the snap.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Or if you're under center, that the impact of the ball against your hand if you're under center.
Yep.
Now, probably I don't think Oklahoma goes under center all that much, but it's still something. Plus the psychological impact of, oh my God, it doesn't quite feel right. It doesn't feel normal.
Yeah.
And are you kind of holding back, or are you tentative? And everything plays into it. And I think that's part of what happened with the South Carolina game. Now, as we get further, it's going to become less and less of an issue because he's farther away from the injury and the surgery.
Yes.
But still, but still, it's got to have at least a little bit of an impact, even to this point.
Yep. We'll see how that affects him and the team later on. They are kind of slipping out of the top 25 at the moment. They've dropped 5 places this week as well too. So let's talk about one of our favorite teams this year, Texas, and their continued up and down, up and down, up and down this year. It's like a roller coaster ride. It's like, what is going on? 3 losses this year already, Texas. A win over Mississippi State. But
no. Only 2 losses. They're 6-2.
Is it 2?
No.
Is it
believe it or not. Yeah, believe it or not, they're 6-2. Now, quite honestly, the game Saturday would feel like a loss.
Okay.
for Texas, because
I beg your pardon, yes.
That was another Houdini act we had on set with Texas.
Yeah.
So you were forgiven for thinking they have 3 losses because
they almost lost against Kentucky. That's probably the one I was thinking of. I was thinking, that probably should have been a loss.
Okay. Oh, okay. Let's be honest. They probably should have 4 losses. I totally forgot about that Kentucky game.
Yeah, the Kentucky game was that was pretty close. That was 3 points in it. That would have been a loss.
Yeah, that was UGLY ugly for Texas.
Yes.
16 in Lexington. Were you kidding me?
Yeah.
But this game for Texas, what I commonly say when your chances are next to nothing to win. I mean, Texas, their hopes were in the ICU.
Yep.
They were about to pull the plug. The priest was in the room administering last rites, and the coroner was filling out the toe tag.
Yep.
They were dead. Absolutely stone dead in that game.
Yep.
They were 17 down with 12 and a half to go. Mississippi State had this one in the bag. The cowbells were clang-a, clang-a, clang-a.
Man, you would be kicking yourself if you were Mississippi State, I should say.
It was going to be party time in Starkville Saturday night.
Yep.
I mean, that whole town was going to be drunk the rest of the weekend.
Yep.
And then, they might have wound up being drunk anyway, but for a totally different reason. Because Texas somehow came back. Arch Manning actually played up to the Manning name.
Yes.
In the fourth quarter on Saturday against Mississippi State. And
obviously winning it in overtime as well.
Yep, touchdown pass for Manning. They to get it back to within 10. They kick a field goal after a 12-play drive, a solid drive, and then the ultimate escape. Mississippi State, they punt the ball back with about 2 minutes inside the 2-minute timeout. They punt it back to Texas. They're going to give them the ball back, and they're going to hope Arch Manning reaches a peak level of Arch Manningness. As I said on, on
we've
Saturday.
Turned Manning into an adjective. Yikes.
Yes. Yep. We're hoping they were hoping for a peak level of Arch Manningness.
Yep.
Arch didn't even touch the ball after that punt.
Yep.
Because their punt return took the ball, they drifted back. Kid's name, Ryan Niblett. Okay, I want to make sure I get the kid's name.
Yeah.
Ryan Niblett sees the punt skyward coming toward him. He's drifting back, grabs it at the 21, darts for the left sideline, gets the corner, and we're all in the front bar watching this going, holy bleep.
Yep.
Holy bleep. He's going to house this thing. Takes it 79 yards for the tying touchdown on a punt return. Didn't even have to worry about Arch Manning throwing the ball or throwing an interception instead of getting the tying touchdown. Now, Arch had his day was quite good. Okay. 29 of 46, 346 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did throw 1 pick, but that happens. That is one of the best stat lines Arch Manning has had this season.
Yeah, I think so.
And then in overtime, he winds up getting hurt, and he's actually in concussion protocol right now. They had to bring the backup in for the rest of the overtime drive, and the backup, what does he do? Touchdown pass, and Texas winds up winning. Comes in cold off the bench, backup throws a touchdown pass in overtime.
Yep.
To get the win over Mississippi State. So, that is another loss for Mississippi State. Now they've had by their standards, their recent standards, where they're at right now, they're 4-4. This is a vast improvement over what Mississippi State has been.
Okay.
But and ever since that, they beat Arizona State earlier this year, which we thought that was going to be the jumping off point for them to have a fantastic season.
Yep.
They've been snake bit.
Yeah.
Because they've had leads. They've had fourth quarter leads that they've let get away. And this just adds to the list of misery for Mississippi State.
Yeah. But I guess it's something to build on. Each team goes through their building phase, and maybe this is their year.
Yeah.
4-4, maybe a couple more wins under the belt this year, and then build on it for next year. So,
yeah, and I'm pulling their schedule up right now. I want to see who they have left. They have got they're at Arkansas. That's winnable. Home to Georgia, probably not. At Missouri, I don't like their chances going to Missouri, but it's going to kind of depend on where Missouri is at that.
Yeah.
Because, we'll talk about Missouri here in a minute. But, their playoff hopes may be completely dead by now. They're on life support.
Yeah,
they could be completely dead here in a week or two.
Yeah.
And then they've got the Egg Bowl against Ole Miss, and weird things happen in the Egg Bowl. Weird things happen in rivalry games. And the Egg Bowl, in particular, I happen to remember some weirdness, like a player mistaking the end zone for a fire hydrant and mistaking himself for a dog.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Player late in the Egg Bowl a few years ago decided he was gonna. Act like he was peeing on a fire hydrant.
Ugh.
He was a dog after scoring a late touchdown. Wound up getting
That's
flagged
terrible.
for it.
That's
Wound up
terrible.
costing the team the game.
Ugh.
Wound up costing them in the end, too.
Well, I mean, play silly games, get silly
Yeah.
prizes. You know,
Exactly. You know, much like throwing shoes that get you flags as well.
Yep.
Lifting your leg and pretending to pee in the end zone
Ugh.
also gets you flagged.
You can imagine that bus trip home would be very, very awkward. Very
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah, the video session the next day. Yeah, that would have been awkward as well.
That's it. That's it.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, but anyway,
that's terrible.
So, but yeah, Mississippi State. There's definitely a pathway to 6-6 in bowl eligibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
And quite honestly, the way Mississippi State's been, just getting to a bowl game would be a massive success for this year.
Yep. Yep. That would be good. I wish them all the luck. So let's talk about our last team that escaped on the weekend, Virginia. Virginia against UNC. They're sitting 15. They
Yeah.
actually went up one spot this week in the AP rankings.
Yeah, by the way, I'll mention this. They're on the fringes of playoff consideration.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I've got a 12 for you. We'll go through later.
Okay.
They're in my fringes. They're 7-1, 16th in the country.
Yep.
But man, oh man, you cannot be doing that against the fighting Belichick.
Yes. That was
you cannot.
by the skin of your teeth.
Yeah, you want
by millimeters.
you want to be considered a credible playoff team.
Yeah.
You cannot be getting into rock fights with the fighting Belichicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Virginia won that game by about a half a yard.
Yeah. Yeah.
On that 2-point conversion in overtime, because they go to overtime, it's 10-10
Yeah.
at the end of regulation. There had been no points scored in the second half at all.
No, which is it definitely as you say, a rock fight down there.
Yeah, this was a rock fight that should have been played in Iowa City, not Chapel Hill. But
Yes.
Virginia, they get their touchdown in overtime, kick the extra point. Carolina gets a touchdown, and to Bill's credit, he's like, "No, we're not going to a second overtime. We're going to end this game on the next play.
We're going to end it right now.
Win or lose, we're going to end this game right here."
Yeah.
Sadly, they come up about a half a yard short.
Yeah.
And Virginia winds up escaping, and they're sitting 7-1 at this point. And they will definitely be conversations about them in the room.
Yeah.
In the Metroplex this weekend when the committee starts talking about their first rankings that come out next Tuesday. They unless there's a lot of weirdness, I don't think they'll actually make the 12, but they're going to be in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the YouTube game that we had on the weekend. Vanderbilt versus Missouri. Now, I can already feel your blood pressure going up. So,
you can feel the pain coming through the audio here.
Yeah.
The just overall. That was just a painful loss for me personally.
Yep.
Now, if you watch the live stream on Saturday, y'all know I'm a Missouri fan.
Yeah.
Anybody who knows me knows I am a diehard Missouri fan. And I do not hide my fandom, even when I'm doing analysis on the live streams or I'm doing analysis here.
Yeah.
I let my fandom be very clear and very open. I do not hide it.
No.
I love my Missouri.
Yes.
But I can be fair in my analysis. analysis.
Yes.
And I've got to tell you, Vanderbilt played one hell of a game on Saturday against Missouri.
They did. There is a question mark. Obviously, I brought it up on the weekend as well. If Bo hadn't gone off injured, what would that game have looked like? Would they have won that game?
Yeah.
That's the question.
And that is going to be that is going to be the giant what if from that game and from this season for Missouri. Because let's say they go run the table, finish 10-2. I don't think it's going to happen because they've got that roadblock called Texas A&M, and A&M is a unit this year.
Yeah.
But let's say they run the table, finish 10-2, and their first team out of the 12.
Yes.
That means Pribula's injury in the game against Vanderbilt.
Yes.
That is going to be a massive what if for the 2025 Missouri team.
Yes, that's right.
Because I just don't know. I don't know how to answer. I'd like to think that he would have gotten the job done.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, Zollers comes in and
he does
really played well.
Yep, he played. Yep, solid performance.
He played fantastic. He played fantastic football coming in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Of a game cold off the bench and needing to perform immediately because you're down.
Yep. And such a big game as well, too.
I mean, his stat line in limited work, limited amount of time on the field, he was 14 of 23, 138 yards.
Yeah.
Threw a game-tying touchdown.
No interceptions, which is good as well.
Yeah, he came in the third quarter. Excuse me, because the play that Pribula got injured on, and this was again a situation of Vanderbilt standing up and making a play. It was a 3-3 game.
Yeah.
Again, another rock fight that belonged in Iowa City. It looked like an Iowa game, and instead of any other team that plays modern football.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't help it. I got to take shots at Iowa and their offense, although they are starting to change the narrative about themselves. But anyway, it's a 3-3 game. They get it down, goal to go, and it's 4th and goal at the 1. Okay. And it's a read option, it's a run option play. And it's a bread and butter play for Missouri. This is a play that gains a lot of yards a lot of the time from Missouri. They only need one.
Yes.
It's the option handoff to the guy who's going to run to the outside to the boundary side of the field, the short side of the field. Pribula keeps right up the middle. He's going to bust it into the end zone. Vandy made the plays to a man on the line. They stood up. They reset the offensive line, got him clogged up, closed up the hole, got him on the ground for a goal line stand.
Yeah.
And then the camera, shows the celebration. Then they go back to Pribula, and he's still on the ground.
Yeah.
And he's kind of writhing. And you could hear my guttural reaction. You could hear it. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's still down. Oh my God. Get up. Please get up. Please get
up.
When
you actually saw what happened, you go, oh, there's no way he's getting up.
Yeah. And then,
there's no way he's getting up.
Yeah. Then you see the play.
Yeah.
And I made a comment about the player number 99, last name Singh. I don't know his first name.
Yeah.
Big defensive line.
Yes.
I made a comment. I want to say I was out of bounds for saying you were on my list.
He made some pretty good plays in that game, 99, actually, for Vanderbilt. He was playing top notch, for sure.
Absolutely, he was. But the specific play there on the goal line, he was down on the ground. and he wrapped up Pribula's ankle.
Yes.
And he's hanging on for dear life. He knows he's got to hang on for dear life.
Yeah, that's right.
And pray the cavalry comes.
Yeah.
Okay. And cleans this up.
Yeah.
Well, they did, but instead of tackling Pribula where he falls off to the side,
yes,
they wind up pushing him back over Singh and just kind of folds him up like a pretzel.
Yeah.
It was a football play. There wasn't anything dirty or malicious. It looked absolutely awful.
Yeah.
And then you see him on the cart with the air cast, and you're like, and I'm like, just gutted.
Yeah.
Because I know that's probably a season ender for him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, what's our backup situation? Well, backup situation isn't half bad, but then later on, and this is the other one, because Missouri left a lot of points on the field Saturday. They left those 7 on the field.
Yeah. Yeah.
And getting back to that play once again is my pet peeve.
Yeah.
You are 4th and goal at the 1, and why are the hell are you lining up in shotgun?
Yes.
Line up. The Philadelphia Eagles have cracked the code on goal to go situations, on a goal 1 to go.
They have cracked the code. Yeah. If you're 1 and goal, why are you giving yourself 4 yards to run to?
Yeah. You line up 7 fat guys on the line. You put the quarterback with his hands under the center's butt.
That's it.
You put 3 big guys behind him. You snap the ball and push.
That's it.
It's not hard, people.
I know.
Push it from a yard out. Excuse me, my blood pressure is skyrocketing right now, if you can't tell.
Oh, you should have said you're a Missouri fan. I didn't know.
But yeah. That is my pet peeve. When you have a yard to go, you were at the 1 yard line. Why the hell are you lining a quarterback up 5 yards behind?
I could understand that then if the play is going to be a pass and you're looking for somebody in the outside, okay, give yourself a bit of room. But he ran it in. Right. It's like, well, what was the point? You're just retracing the steps you're already sitting at. It's like, okay.
all you're doing is giving the defensive line more of an opportunity to reset the offensive line a yard and a half back.
Yep.
That's all that winds up doing, and that's exactly what wound up happening on that play. So that's 7 points left off the board. How about the other 3 points they left on the
missed field goal? Yep.
Yeah, the stoinked field goal off the upright.
Yeah.
And it was almost a carbon copy of the missed field goal against Auburn in overtime that wound up not biting us in the butt the week before, because it was near the left hash mark. It was outside the left upright, but inside the hash mark. Okay. So you got a little bit of an angle, but nothing major.
Yeah.
He just, it's almost like the kicker got baited. Because on both of those kicks, the one against Auburn and the one against Vanderbilt, because you could see the rush coming in from his right, and he didn't trust his kick, and he was trying to go around the blockers, instead of over them.
Yep.
And he winds up not pushing it far enough out to the right. He just kind of yoinks it a little bit to the left, and it winds up going boom.
Yeah.
Off the upright, and the very next play, duly punished. From the 20, handoff, round the right side, gets the corner, sideline, see ya, touchdown.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt takes the lead that they never relinquished.
No.
So, but really, that was a game that was played mostly on Missouri's terms. Okay.
Yeah.
The high flying Vanderbilt offense really didn't show up on Saturday. That was a rock fight that I didn't think they were prepared to get into.
Yeah.
As much as Missouri would have been prepared to get into. But again, to their credit, both sides of the football.
Yeah.
They made the plays. They stood up when they needed to.
Yeah.
It was a fantastically played ugly mess of a football game at times.
And then
But,
as you were saying before about the late game fumble, obviously Missouri fumbles as well. So that obviously didn't help the cause as well.
Yep. You have those that happening as well. It's just, it was a missed opportunity for Missouri.
Yeah.
But, and Missouri has got to learn. If they want to be in the next tier, in the upper tier, considered one of the elites of college football, and I think they're close.
Yeah.
They are not there yet, but they have got to win these important games against highly ranked teams, especially if you're on the road. Okay. Winning a road game in the SEC is not a trivial exercise by any stretch.
No.
But if you want to be one of those elite teams, if you want to be a team like Alabama or Georgia or other conferences, Ohio State, Oregon, you've got to win those big games.
Yes.
And Missouri isn't there yet. They have not figured out how to win those big games. They've had 2 opportunities now against Alabama and against Vanderbilt, and they have failed both tests. Against the upper echelon of the SEC. They got to figure it out if they want to get into the playoff this year or any year. They got to get it figured out.
I mean, from their performance from last year to this year, night and day. I think, as you said, not quite there yet, but definitely building on that top tier ranking. So,
yep, absolutely.
Learn from this year and start building on it. They've got 16%. They were saying 15% of making the playoffs. They're not completely out of it. You never know. So
they're absolutely on life support. The Texas A&M game is massive.
Yes.
If Missouri wins out, and there is enough chaos around them. They do not have their destiny in their own hands. They are going to need some help.
Yeah.
But if they get that help, and the way this season's been, help is very likely if you're looking for some as a 2-loss team. But they've got to win out. That is priority 1, and one of those games is against a top 5 team.
Yeah.
So good luck. It's not going to be easy.
It is certainly not. It is they've definitely got an uphill battle. That is for sure.
Yep.
Texas, Mississippi State, Oklahoma, Arkansas. So definitely not games you can write off in any means. So good luck for next week. See how you go.
And real quick, how about another escape in the group of 5? Look at what Memphis did.
Oh, okay.
That was Houdini upside down in a tank of water.
Was South Florida?
Level. Yeah. Memphis was down 14 at the end of the third.
Yeah.
They wind up scoring, going touchdown, field goal, touchdown in the fourth quarter. They get the game winner on I believe it was a very nice toe tap on the sideline with 1:07 left.
Yeah.
That completely throws the group of 5 spot into flow. Okay.
Yes.
Memphis and South Florida, Memphis just lost the week before to UAB, who had just fired Trent Dilfer, their head coach.
Yeah.
They wind up losing that game, and then they come back the following week and beat the team that was thought to be the leader of the group of 5.
Yeah.
And just throws that playoff spot into absolute flux again with a Houdini escape.
Yes.
So who knows? These last few weeks are going to be a wild ride for all of us.
It certainly is. So they're now back into the top 25. They're coming this week at 25. So they've been out and in and out and in this same as South Florida this year as well too. So they've been in and out a couple of times, both of them. So South Florida has actually fallen off this week in the AP ranking. So it's all up to play. But Memphis is definitely putting up their ticket to be in the the playoffs for sure. So, let's talk about some massive beatings. Let's talk about Indiana. Indiana, man, they look so tough.
Oh, God.
They look so tough.
If you have any question,
what were you gonna say?
Yeah, if you've got any question why I have Indiana number 1 in the country,
yeah, I know it's just
what they did to you.
Yeah, I know
what they did to UCLA should just dispel any thoughts that they are anything but the top team in the country.
Yes, I'm surprised UCLA actually got
should.
6 points. I'm actually very surprised they actually got any points at all.
Pity. Yeah. For some reason, Indiana showed a little bit of mercy.
That's right. That's right.
But that is now twice.
Yeah.
That is now twice this year that Indiana has won a game by at least 50.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now, okay, the elite teams, you'll see that once, maybe twice a year when they're playing their cupcakes.
Yeah.
All right. Indiana's done this to 2 teams in their conference.
Yes.
Including one that was ranked in the top 10 when they played them.
Yeah.
And beat the holy living snot out of them.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think Indiana was rated 15 when they played Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
They are, I called A&M a unit. Indiana's a unit too. They are scary.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think they can beat anybody in the country.
I think so too. They've definitely got that air about them this year as well too. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, they've got Penn State coming up, which is probably the only one, which would have been normally you think, okay, Penn State's going to be pretty difficult, but Penn State is nothing this year. So
Penn State may be Indiana's third 50-point beatdown of the season in the conference.
And then they've got Wisconsin and Purdue as well too. So
make that 5.
Yes.
Scotty isn't much, and Purdue, well, okay, that's a rivalry game.
Yeah.
All bets are off in rivalry games.
Yes.
It could be a blowout.
Yeah.
It could be a nail biter.
Yes.
But the likelihood would be Indiana would comfortably beat Purdue, one would think.
Yeah. So one of the very few teams still without a loss, sitting at number 2 in the AP rankings, 8-0. So they're looking pretty solid for sure.
Very, very solid. Some of these other results over the weekend.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech, nice win against Syracuse by 25.
Yeah.
Miami wins by 5 touchdowns over Stanford.
Can we just, before we move on from Miami, can we just say it has been a week of horrible uniforms? And I think Miami is probably the worst. But apart from the Steelers and the NFL, which was a horrible uniform, I don't know what they're thinking. I watched the highlights of Miami, and I'm just thinking, what is this uniform? It is terrible. I don't know. I don't know if it was to highlight something. I don't know. Maybe men in service. I don't know, but I don't know where the camo came from. It's an interesting choice. That was for sure.
Yeah, it was a salute to military. Salute to the military by Miami. So there was a reason for it.
Yeah.
But we were kind of joking in the front bar. Especially when Stanford took the lead, we're kind of joking. Thought they would have learned their lesson from their game against Penn State back in the 80s.
Yeah.
When they walked off the plane in camo.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah, that was a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, they literally flew to Arizona from Miami. They walked off the plane wearing camo.
That's an
for that national
choice.
Championship game.
Yeah.
And then they proceed to absolutely lay an egg against Penn State. Benny Testaverde throws 5 interceptions.
Oh.
And Penn State winds up winning the national championship.
That's ironic because Beck threw, technically 5 interceptions last week. So
officially 4.
Well, officially 4, but definitely 5.
Yeah.
I think we were joking about that meme that was out that why make it harder for him to find his receivers? difficult enough. Dang.
Yep. We were throwing that joke out there.
Kick him while he's down, for Christ's sake. It's like,
right. But after giving up the opening touchdown, they did settle down.
Yeah,
142-7.
Yeah.
Texas Tech beat Oklahoma State, which everybody beats Oklahoma State 42-0.
I think
let's see who else. Tennessee puts up 56 on Kentucky, but their defense was leaky, giving up 34.
Mm.
And
Texas A&M.
Oh yes.
I don't know if you want to get into that game just yet, but
not yet. Not yet. We'll get to that. Oregon allowed Wisconsin to score. What the hell is the matter with your Ducks? Wisconsin hadn't scored since the last presidential administration. Okay, it's been a month. But
I don't know what's going. It was a very wet game. I'm surprised they probably even got that many points on the board because it was very slippery, slidey over there in Oregon.
Yeah,
but
it was. It was a very heavy storm for a fair amount of that game. So, 21-7. Honestly, I'm with you. I'm a little surprised we were even able to get to 20.
Yeah.
With the way that weather was, I'm surprised anybody was able to move the ball at all.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's right. A lot
Oregon
of running.
Wins, now they got
very surprised we got enough running. So.
Yeah, Oregon wins. They've got the week off now, preparing for their trip to Iowa City in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Which we will discuss more next week.
Yes. On paper, yes, but as we know, as we've learned from Iowa, a bit of a rock fight. But then coming off a bye for Oregon seems to be our kryptonite.
Like I said, I'm going to save the torture for next week.
Yeah.
Because I've got stats.
Ooh.
I've got a history lesson.
He's coming with the receipts. Dang. Okay.
Professor Perkins will be bringing his college football history lesson to you next week regarding the Iowa Hawkeyes and highly ranked teams going in.
Yes.
So just to completely torture you in the lead up to that game. And now we will talk about Texas A&M and what they did to poor Brian Kelly.
Yes. So Texas A&M off to LSU at night.
Death Valley.
Saturday night game. Everybody knows what it's like. And they come in here and then they just smack them around like they owe them money or something. I don't know what was going on, but
pretty
much.
The
end it was a beatdown. I tell you what. LSU kind of was hanging on, and then they just kind of fell off. They just went, okay, we're done.
Yeah. The second half of that game.
Yep.
And it was almost like you could see it.
Yes.
You could see it happening because LSU had the lead in it.
Yeah, at halftime, they went in 18-14. So going into halftime in the lead, feeling good at home at night. And then
the place would have been rocking, and then A&M comes up in the third quarter, 9 plays, 4 minutes, touchdown.
Yep.
79-yard punt return. What is it with Texas teams 79-yard punt returns on Saturday? Because the Longhorns had one, A&M had one. Now they're up 10. They get another touchdown drive 4 minutes later after a 4-play drive that went 50 yards.
Yes.
They're up 17 points at the end of the third quarter. They turned the game on its ear completely.
Yeah.
And as the points kept piling up, you could see the energy from LSU just evaporate.
Yeah.
And A&M's just pinning their ears back, and they're bringing it. They are coming offensively, defensively.
Yeah.
And the stadium starts emptying out. Everybody starts playing Beat the Traffic. And those that stay start chanting, "Fire Kelly,
Oh my God.
Fire Kelly." And the
Yep.
next day, and credit, I want to give credit to our newest front bar member, Derek, who brought this up.
Yep.
That, he said expect them to fire him on Sunday, and lo and behold,
Yep.
the alerts start flying in late Sunday that Brian Kelly is no longer the head coach at Louisiana State University. They are going to LSU is going to eat a $54 million buyout.
That is crazy.
That
is crazy.
James Franklin, for about 2 weeks, had the second largest buyout in college football history.
Yep.
Jimbo Fisher and his $76 million is still way out in front.
Way out.
But for a couple of weeks, James Franklin's 49.3 was second best.
At least he was winning something this year. Yikes.
And then Brian Kelly gets fired and is owed a $54 million buyout. Now, his buyout does contain offset language. So if he gets a coaching job, LSU doesn't have to pay out as much.
Yeah.
They pay out. They wouldn't pay out what he would get from his new job.
Okay.
But they have to pay out everything above that.
Everything above that.
Okay.
54 million.
He is.
Yikes.
Yeah, he is. He is owed $54 million, whether he coaches or not. The next X number of years, I think it's until 2031. Is how long that contract runs. So if he does not earn $54 million from coaching for the remainder of the LSU contract, LSU has to make up the difference, whatever amount that would be.
Yeah, I still cannot wrap my head around the numbers for coaches. Like, we're talking about $54 million. I mean, that's you could buy a whole rugby league team in Australia for half of that.
Right.
Probably not even half of that. 14 million, I think the Brisbane Broncos are worth. If you paid their salary and the coach. That's ridiculous.
Your professional league salary caps down there are less than that by far.
Yes. Yeah. I think the average player in the NRL is like 350,000. And it used to be much less.
Your highest paid players, your superstar players, are like 2 million a year, and that's $2 million. That's $2 million Australian.
Yeah,
that's $2 million Australian dollars.
All right, okay. Don't rub it in. All right, don't rub it in. That's Australian. So it's like $37. That's what we're paying.
No. It's about. I think the exchange rate's like it's 2 million Australian, something like 1.5, 1.6 million US.
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yep. So.
Okay, but let me throw out some more numbers for you. This is how crazy the college football in season has been. With the firings so far this year. Colleges are paying to their fired head coaches a sum of $168 million in buyouts to the coaches that have been fired already this season. And we're not even to the ridiculous silly season yet in the postseason when the year's over and teams want to make a change at the end of the season. We're talking about guys who've gotten fired in the middle of the season, $168 million worth of buyouts.
Yeah.
Brian Kelly at 54, James Franklin at 49.3.
49, yeah.
Billy Napier, $21 million from Florida. Mike Gundy, $15 million from Oklahoma State. Sam Pittman, $9.8 million from Arkansas. $6 million for Brent Pry, who was fired by Virginia Tech back in September.
Yeah.
$5 million Deshaun Foster, UCLA fired him back in September. $4 million for Trent Bray from Oregon State.
Yeah.
$2.4 million for Trent Dilfer from UAB and $1.5 million for Jay Norvell, fired by Colorado State.
Wait, did you
100.
say? Did you say somebody from
What was it?
Ohio State?
No, Colorado State.
Oh, I thought you said Ohio State there. Oh, Ohio.
No,
oh,
no.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
there was an Oregon. There was an Oregon State and an Oklahoma State, but not an Ohio State.
Okay, Oregon State. Okay, beg
Yeah.
your pardon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the exact number $167.7 million. That's from a story I read from ESPN, and they are citing publicly available data and reports.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the calculations they came up with, but just an insane amount of money
I know
that colleges are paying to tell people to go the hell away.
How do you get a job as a coach? Just asking for a friend. I don't even have to win. I don't even have to win. Obviously, you don't have to win. Just be real bad, and they want to get rid of you. Dang.
Yeah, you hit the jackpot if you're really bad. You get paid and don't have to work.
Oh my God, that's just crazy. That is just crazy.
You get to these guys who get fired, that they've hit the jackpot. They're making money, not going to the office at 6 a.m., working 15 hours a day, breaking down tape, coming up with a game plan, traveling around the country recruiting. No, they're going to be drawing a paycheck while they're sitting on their butts eating potato chips watching football. I want that job. I sit on my butt every Saturday with you watching football, eating potato chips. I might as well get paid for it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, you get paid with community love. That's what we offer here. So
yeah, I can't deposit that I can't deposit that in the bank. That's the problem.
That's right. That's right. Can't pay my rent with community love. That's it.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. So, but yeah, man, just crazy amount of money, and it's just a sign of how much money there is in college football.
It's obscene, isn't it? It is obscene. 160 million just for people to go away, not to do their job.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just almost a waste of money. But
it pretty much is.
It's big business.
That's exactly what it is.
You can't deny it. There's a lot of money. Because it makes a lot of money, a lot of prestige for colleges as well. You can't get away from that. Unfortunately, money makes the world go round. Unfortunately, but yes, that's just the way it is. Unfortunately,
but yeah, it is a complete waste of money, because all these schools that have fired coaches now for the next X number of years, they're going to be paying a guy to coach the football team. They're also going to be paying a guy to not coach the football team.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So it's a double expense now for these schools that have hired coaches.
As you're saying last week, some of them are triple, playing 3 coaches at the one time.
Hi there, Florida. Nice to see you. Yeah, they're the one.
Yeah.
They're the one who will be paying 3 coaches next year.
3 coaches.
Yeah, 1 to actually coach, and 2 of them not to coach, to not darken their doorstep ever again at the University of Florida.
Yes.
But yes, and unfortunately, it is just a sign, for some of these schools at least, of there is no patience for some of these schools regarding coaching.
Yeah.
You get hired with the expectation you are going to win. And you are going to win now. If you do not, or you slip, you are out. Think about this. Brian Kelly comes in from Notre Dame in at the end of the 2021 season, had a successful run at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
LSU lures him south. They hand him a Southern accent at the press conference. And he comes in and has 10-win seasons.
Yeah.
Okay. 10-win seasons. That is fantastic. But that was during mostly the 4-team playoff era.
Yeah.
2022, 2023, back-to-back 10-win seasons. But 10 wins ain't going to cut it in the 4-team.
No, that's right.
So
that's right.
they never get into the playoff.
Yeah.
And then last year they slip up. and miss out on the 12-team play, where a 10-win season should get a really good SEC team into the playoff.
Yeah.
But they didn't get to 10 last year. So now the pressure's really on here in 2025, and they haven't had a good offense.
No.
They haven't been putting points on the board. The fans are getting frustrated. And now they've lost 3 out of 4, and the administration decides to cut the report.
Yes. And they've also slipped out of the AP top 25 as well this week.
That too, but they have no hope to get into the playoff now with these 3 losses in 4 games.
No.
And the administration says no. 34 wins in your first 4 years. Well, it looks nice, but it means absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Get out.
You're only as good as your last game. That's it.
And they are willing to go back into the hiring pool to try to find their next head coach that can get them back to glory.
I think in the interim they've got an old alum. I think God, I can't remember his name now. But yeah, they've got somebody already in the interim slotted into place. So
well, listen, just for the absolute fun factor, I think they need to bring back Ed Orgeron.
I don't know who that is. So
he was the coach that they won their national championship in 2019 with Joe Burrow, a quarterback. He was the guy who got fired, leading to Brian Kelly. Ed Orgeron, he is great for a soundbite, but man, you need subtitles because that Cajun accent, it is legit and it is
okay. Is that why Matt Mitchell, if you haven't watched Matt Mitchell, definitely go check him out with his SEC roll call. Is that why he does that? Yes. LSU, you can't understand what the heck he's saying. Is that what that?
Well, that's general Cajunness. With not being able to understand. I mean, a true Cajun, you really have a difficult time in understanding. But I do think he's at least playing up the Ed Orgeron part of it because, man, that man is Cajun through and through.
Okay,
and you know it. He does not hide it. Yeah. And I love him to death. He was fantastic. They kind of fell off a cliff quickly though after they won the national title, and he wound up getting fired. But
yeah.
We need Ed Orgeron back on the sideline somewhere.
Nice. So, top 12 projections for the playoffs.
Yep.
I know you were going to do your list. I have done a list as well.
Okay.
So we won't spend as much time as we normally do because we normally give out reasons and stuff. I think we know reasons so far. But let's go.
How difficult? How difficult was it for you? Did you take my duct tape suggestion?
Yeah, I think I actually do have a headache looking at the list now, and I'm thinking, there's a few rub outs and added in and rub outs again and stuff like that. So, yeah, there's a few. So.
Okay. Well, I will let you go first.
Okay.
Because I want to hear where you're coming from.
Do you want me just to run through my whole list, or you want to do like we did last time?
Run through them. Just run through them, top to bottom, bottom to top.
Okay. So let's start at number 12. Number 12. Okay. I'm going to put in Navy.
Okay.
Number 11. I've got Ole Miss.
Okay.
I haven't penalized them as much, maybe. Number 10, I've got Miami. That will probably come back and bite me on the ass.
He sent them way down.
Yes. Number 9, I've got Notre Dame. Number 8, it really hurts my heart, but I've got Oregon. They're kind of slipping further down. I don't know. I'm not quite as impressed at the moment with Oregon, which is we're kind of, I don't know, wishy-washy sometimes. I don't know. Number 7, I've got BYU.
Okay.
Number 6, I've got Georgia Tech. Number 5, I've got Georgia. Number 4, I've got Ohio. Number 3, Alabama.
Will.
What?
You got Ohio State down at 4.
At
What?
4, yes. I think
The
because
AP,
they haven't been tested. Who they've played Texas at the start, and we all know how Texas is.
Right.
They're even looking at the rest of their schedule. It was Penn State. Penn State's nothing, but it'll be interesting to see how they go against Michigan. It's probably going to be their biggest
That'll be the
rival.
Game.
Obviously, the biggest rival,
Yeah,
but the biggest game this season. So I put them there because they haven't really been tested. Alabama in 3.
Okay.
Because there have been some tight games, but they've got up and they've won, and they've as you said, that's what 4 ranked teams in a row, and then obviously that escaped some Carolina. Texas A&M at number 2, and of course number 1 has to be Indiana. So
you have come to the dark side.
The dark side. Yes.
And put Indiana as number 1.
Yes.
Welcome to the dark side.
I just think Indiana just looks so solid. Yes, they beat the crap out of us, but overall, I think they just there's just an air about Indiana this year. I don't know why.
Actually, okay, I'm gonna have to question you for one team that you didn't have on your list.
Okay.
Where's Vandy?
Yeah, see, I didn't. They were the first one off. I don't know.
First one out. First team.
Yeah, first team out.
Okay.
Obviously they've been doing fantastic, but I just think when it comes down to brass knuckles, I don't know if they're going to have the legs to follow through. So I'd love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong. But I could very easily probably slip in Vandy where maybe even Miami was. So they could definitely
on 10.
Yeah, somewhere
Yeah.
there. I know, poor Vandy's Josh saying in the chat there. I know. Pimp down, but
no respect from Lyle for Vandy yet. So,
no respect yet.
No.
We'll see how they go.
Yeah.
I mean, they are sitting 9 on the AP table, but I don't know.
And listen, their schedule, their strength of schedule is a little bit weak. They failed one of their tests, but they just passed a nice one against Missouri.
Yes. They've got Texas coming up and Auburn, and then they've finished the season with Tennessee. So we'll see how they're standing at the end of Tennessee game.
That Tennessee game that is going to be a huge one for them.
Yes.
Because if they pass that test, they should be comfortably in the playoff. If they win out, they're going to be in.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
For sure. Yeah.
So here's my first 4 out are in this order: Ole Miss, Texas Tech, Tennessee, and Cincinnati. That's my first 4 out.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kicked Cincinnati in there, and I only went to the first 4 out. I didn't go any further, but I like what Cincinnati's doing. They are dark horse contenders in the Big 12, and they could make BYU's life miserable.
Yes.
As we get late in the season, we will definitely see. But I definitely think they are a contender for the Big 12. Number 12, totally with you. I put Navy in there. Yes, Memphis is ranked 25th, but Navy is 26th in the poll. Okay, they are the first team off the poll.
Yeah.
Right now, they are unbeaten. Memphis has a loss.
Yeah.
So right now, Navy is the leader in the group of 5.
Yeah.
They would be in a conference championship position in the group of 5. So I put Navy in there, and it'll all get sorted out. All these teams are going to play each other. Plus, there's going to be an American championship game.
Yes.
That'll give us ultimately our conference champion in our group of 5.
Yeah.
So, but Navy at 12. I've got Notre Dame at 11.
Oh.
Got BYU at. I don't have them as high as you.
Okay.
2 losses. Now, granted, by 4 points to ranked teams.
Yes.
But I gotta I gotta slot him somewhere. And two
Yeah.
losses are
Yeah.
two losses, man.
Yeah, two losses are two
You
losses.
you
That's right. Yep.
you want to you get into the playoff. You want to win a natty.
Mm,
It ain't round robin. You got to win.
yep. Hey, Oregon
So
lost
I
last year with two losses. It's not impossible, but
yep.
yeah, I don't know.
But but you cannot have losses in the playoff
Mm,
once you get there.
yep. Yep.
This is not round robin. This is single elimination. So you got to handle your business. And
That's
Notre
right.
Dame 2 times this year has not handled their business.
Yep.
So I got them at number 11. I got
Okay.
BYU at number 10.
Yep.
Unbeaten, but the strength of schedule is shite.
It is. It is. That's what's yeah, I just want to see them do good. I like BYU.
Yep.
I think they're good.
But if they win the Big 12, they're going to be in.
Yep.
So
that's right.
got them
That's
at number
right.
10.
Yeah.
Number 9, I got Oregon.
Ooh.
And I am with you on the reasoning.
Yeah.
The Indiana game still very disappointing. And honestly, they walked in the rain against Wisconsin.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that should have been another murder. Like, unfortunately, we do have Wisconsin fans in the chat at the moment. But yeah, it should have been like Rutgers, but we just weren't there. We just weren't. So I don't know. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with
it. Could have been the weather. It could have been the opponent.
Yeah.
It could have been a multitude of reasons.
Yeah.
I'm seeing alarming things from Oregon. Yes. So I put them with one loss down at number 9. Number 8, I'm buying Anchor down. Vanderbilt at number 8 in the ranking. In my playoff ranking.
You're on the 50th cart of the bandwagon, eh? The old Vanderbilt.
Yep. And I am going to ride this. And let me tell you right. Let me tell you right now. The Vanderbilt bandwagon is starting to look like a train from Bangalore to New Delhi.
If you've ever seen that, that's a lot of people hanging off a train. That is for sure.
It's getting a little crowded in here on the Vandy bandwagon. But I would ride this train.
I would love Vandy to be in the playoffs. I reckon that would be a party. That would be fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They would be everybody's darling if they get into the playoff.
Yeah.
The number of Vandy fans there would be if they make the playoff would blow your mind. And I am totally here for it. But yeah, I am going to ride on this bandwagon, on this train until it crashes and burns. I am here for it. They are now my team. I tip my hat to them Saturday when they beat Missouri.
Yeah.
And I said before the game, if they beat us, hats off to them, and I am with them the rest of the way. So Vandy at number 8 in the rankings, which, by the way, that would set up, if these rankings are what actually happens, it would be Oregon headed to Nashville in the first round.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Please.
Yep.
Yes, please. I would love to see that game. Yep. So I got number 7. I got Miami at number 7.
Ooh,
they helped the week before. Just nothing spectacular against Stanford. They just went out and beat them. They just pounded them into the South Beach sand. So keep them at number 7. Number 6, I totally agree with you. Georgia Tech, the Ramblin' Wreck. I like them, and they, our friend Josh, always worried about Georgia Tech game because he knows they have a tendency to slip on a banana peel at some point. They did not on Saturday. Syracuse came in, and their coach left without shower.
Yes,
that is a thing for him. If you didn't know the story. Number 5, I agree with you. The other side of Georgia, the red and black side of Georgia, the Bulldogs, got them at number 5.
Okay.
Nice. Now, number 4, 3, and 2, we are totally in disagreement. Okay. You got Ohio State at 4. I took one look at that Alabama game. I looked at it sideways, and I'm like, there ain't no way I'm not punishing them.
Yes. Yeah.
For that escape act in Columbia, South Carolina on Saturday. So I've got the Crimson Tide at number 4.
See, I looked
had
at
them
it,
ahead of Texas A&M, even with the one loss.
Different where last year Alabama would have lost that. This year, they've got that basics backs and they've not fallen into that trap. So I used it as a positive. But I guess you know that's the way people see it. So, but
this member of the unofficial committee has a totally different take on it.
That's right.
And that's exactly the way it is in the room. That's exactly the way it's going to be this weekend in the room. Everybody's going to have a different look. Yep. They're going to have a different take. They're going to have a different opinion, and they'll mesh them all together into a ranking on Tuesday night. But I put Alabama at 4. I flip-flopped them in Texas A&M.
Okay.
I moved A&M to 3 with the unbeaten record.
Okay.
Because I had to give them a ton of credit for what they did going to Death Valley Saturday night.
Yes.
And not even having the respect to take LSU behind the woodshed. just beating them in front of God and everybody. I had to give them a lot of credit for it. Alabama, the week before, my reasoning for Alabama over A&M was that 4-game run, and that gave them, even with the loss, a much better resume than unbeaten Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Well, the escape in Columbia for Alabama, combined with the beatdown in Baton Rouge for Texas A&M, A&M's overall resume is still less than Alabama's, but you have to factor in the penalty of the one loss that Alabama has against Florida State.
Yeah.
Consequently, my internal math says A&M is just slightly better than Bama, therefore they are number 3.
Okay.
Number 2, I have Ohio State. Yes, they don't have a great resume. No. They haven't played anybody. No. They are unbeaten, and they're just methodical.
Yeah.
They are ruthlessly efficient on defense.
Yeah.
You're going to have to play your best on offense to beat Ohio State. And I'm not sure there's a lot of teams that can go head to head against that defense.
Yeah.
For Ohio State.
Yeah.
And come out on top. There are a few teams. A&M might have the horses to do it. Bama might have the horses. Indiana definitely has the horses.
Yeah.
But the list of teams that I think can put points on Ohio State it's an exclusive club.
Yeah.
So I got Ohio State at number 2. And then, of course, Indiana. I am also a member of their bandwagon.
Yeah.
I'm going to ride that one until it crashes too. I have Indiana at number 1.
Nice. Do you know we've went from no teams the same to this week we've got 4 teams in the same position? I don't know if that's
at the exact same position.
Good or that's getting scary. So I don't know. I guess it's kind of coming down to the the nitty gritty of the season and everybody's slotting into place. But
and we don't discuss this beforehand. We don't discuss our picks. Hell, I didn't even know you were doing it. I just put it in the rundown. My top 12. You decided to jump in as well, and I appreciate you doing it.
I've been doing it for the last 2 days. It's bloody giving me a headache, I tell you what.
but so we're coming we're probably coming at every team from different angles, and we're looking at different things, and coming up with similar answers. I mean, the only difference is a team that I had that you didn't, and vice versa. This week was I had Vandy, and you had Ole Miss.
Apparently,
we both had
no respect for Vanderbilt this week, so.
And we both had the missing team as our first team out.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. So, that's a good little. As you said, next week we'll have the actual official first rankings for from the committee. So it's going to be very interesting. Next week we'll probably start a little bit later. We might start different time next week. We'll let you know. we kind of want to be on live air when that comes out, so we can actually react to it straight away live. So
Absolutely.
we'll adjust the time accordingly for that for next week as well too. So interesting rankings. We got a few similar. We're kind of all in the ballpark. We're kind of in that same mindset, at least anyway. No real kind of big shocks in any of the lists.
Yeah,
but I do like
not
Navy.
huge.
I do like Navy coming in. So,
yep, and like I said, they're sitting at 26, right
26
behind
in the
Memphis
rankings,
at 25.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're considered unranked. They're in the others receiving votes category, but not a whole lot of movement this week, which is a sign of there weren't a lot of upsets. I mean, you had Oklahoma fall 5, you had Missouri fall 4 spots.
Yeah,
those were the big fallers. Cincinnati jumped 4, Michigan jumped 4.
Yeah,
and you had 4 new teams come in to replace teams that fell out. Houston, USC, Utah, and Memphis.
Yeah.
22 through 25. So again, not a lot of movement.
Not a lot of movement this week. Yes.
The top 6 were exactly the same. I do question the voters putting having Ole Miss top Georgia Tech, considering Ole Miss did a Houdini act.
Yeah.
And Georgia Tech took care of business. So I question that one. But you can see from the votes, Ohio State being number 1, 54 first place votes, and that's been the way it's been all season.
Yeah.
A vast majority of the AP voters say Ohio State's the best team in the country. Yeah. I respectfully disagree with them, but I see where they're coming from.
Yes. Like you said, if they're number 1, you have to have a reason why you're going to drop them down, and there hasn't been anything yet. So,
there's been nothing. There's been nothing glaring that requires them to go down, and they were on a bye week.
Yeah,
and Indiana, quite honestly, beating the hell out of UCLA is not going to get you enough bonus points to get you to number 1.
No, that's right. That's right. So looking forward to next week's schedule. We're kind of talking about this off air as well. There's kind of slim pickings next week for for live games as well. I think the one that we we're going to do was going to be the biggest outdoor cocktail party, Georgia and Florida. I know Florida's not ranked, but as you said, anything can happen at these rival games as well too. So I think
and this is one of those really fun rivalry games, kind of like Texas and Oklahoma, at a neutral site in the middle, kind of in the middle of the two schools. It's played in Jacksonville every year. Jacksonville, Florida. So it's a bit of a trip for Florida fans coming from Gainesville. Same for Georgia fans coming down from Athens. But reasonable drive for everybody, for the fans. It's neutral site, so you're going to have half the stadium be Florida, half the stadium be Georgia. And it's just they call it the world's largest outdoor cocktail party for a reason, because it is one hell of a party down there. Them Southerners, they know how to have a party down south.
It might turn out to be a trap game. You never know. For Georgia,
it could be.
We do have a few Georgia fans in our community, so it'll be nice to play another one of their games. So that's going to be the YouTube game at this stage. So
and there's only 2 ranked versus ranked games.
Yes.
One is Vanderbilt going to Texas. And this is another kind of a test game for Vanderbilt to show how real they are.
Yes.
If they go to Texas and lay an egg Saturday in their 11 a.m. kickoff in Austin, then you're probably it's very likely they're going to be kissing their playoff hopes goodbye.
Yes. So this is another.
But if they go to,
they just escaped one last week against Missouri, obviously. So they've got another big test here with going up against Texas. So
this one being on the road.
Yeah.
And then another game we were considering this one for YouTube.
Yeah.
But it is in the late window.
It's a late
Big
window.
12.
Yeah.
It is Big 12 after dark, kicking off at 10:15 Eastern time out in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Number 17 Cincinnati and number 24 Utah. Cincinnati at 7-1. They're in my first 4 out of my rankings.
Yeah.
But a trip to Salt Lake, that is not easy.
No.
That will not be an easy game for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That has definite potential to be game of the week.
Yes.
When we come down to it. Plus, again, it's Big 12 after dark, and weird things happen after dark.
That's right. So that's going to be our YouTube game. I'm looking forward to that again. Going to be another great week of college football. Chris, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for in the chat. If you are new here, thank you very much for joining us for our live stream, our podcast here. We'll be back again next week with some more wrap-up of college football. Looking forward to some chaos on the weekend, as per usual. So, Chris, thank you very much again for being a roving reporter there in wait, where are you this week? You did say at the start.
Bald Knob,
Arkansas, that's right. Good time. So
insert your own joke here on the name of the city. I'm sorry.
Right.
That was really a comment that belonged to the front bar after dark. Sorry about that.
So, Chris, thank you very much again for joining us. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll be back again next week with some more college football. Don't forget to come and join us for our watch party on the weekend. We'll have Georgia versus Florida. That should be a good game, guys. We'll see you then.